What's up, J Squad? And today I have just this might be a pretty long video. I just want to say that at the beginning. But this video is some NBA takes. Some are very hot, some are hot takes, some are just regular takes. My opinion. So I hope you guys enjoy. This will teach you guys a lot more about what I think about the game. And that's why I thought to make this video, because I still think you guys don't know that much about me and what I think about basketball. So this will sum up a lot of it. Okay, let's get into this. The first hot take, I think that this one is a very hot one. I think personally that Oscar Robertson is way better than Russell Westbrook. Now I can go category by category for this to show you guys the big gap. Okay, shooting, Oscar Robertson, just because Russ does not know what shooting efficiently is. Now, speaking of efficiency also goes to Robertson, considering the big gap in field goal percentage through their career and free throw percentage. Well, Oscar averaged about 83% from the free throw line, while Russ averages 78.9. So, efficiency is not a huge gap, but it is Oscar. And what's another? Rebounding. Rebounding is another category. And that goes to Oscar because in his best seasons, he would give you like 13 rebounds per game. And in Russ's best seasons, he'll give you like 11. So it's not that big of a gap, but it is a pretty big gap. Now, playmaking, let's say. Playmaking is where you can make the argument for either one. But I would still say Oscar. Finishing, I think, is the only thing that can really give Russ, I can go on for a long time about this, but I think you guys understand the point, and that's why I say Oscar Robertson is way better than Russell Westbrook. Hot take / opinion number 2. Not really a hot take for this one, but Steph Curry is the MVP if the season stopped right now. I don't really gotta explain this that much. First off, the man is putting up 27, 6.5, and 6.5. He just put up 50.7 rebounds and 10 assists. And yeah, it's just I don't really gotta explain why I have him as my MVP. And now, number 3, for hot take number 3, I don't think this is that hot of a take. Because my take is the Philadelphia 76ers are better without Ben Simmons. Have you seen the big difference in production from Seth Curry and Tyrese Maxey? Well, I wonder why. Maybe because the star point guard isn't on the court anymore. And to be honest, it's not that big of a drop-off for their winning. I mean, the Sixers have a 64% win rate with Ben Simmons. But without Ben Simmons, they still have a very good 61%. So I don't gotta explain that much anymore. Well, I don't gotta explain that much more. Why it's not that big of a difference with Simmons and without Simmons. I'm not throwing a shot at Simmons, I'm just saying without Simmons, now everyone else gets more of an opportunity. That type of thing, yeah. Okay, now my next hot take. And I've said a lot about this on my TikTok. I said that Elgin Baylor is the most underrated legend of all time, and I still think he is. But I gotta tell you, John Havlicek is probably top 5 most underrated all time. Don't tell me anything about he played against no plumbers, okay? I do not want to hear that bullcrap. So first off, let's talk about his amazing career stats. Over his career, he's averaged 21, 6.5, and 5. He is, to be honest, one of the most all-around players of all time. And you can see that from the fact that he had 253 double-doubles in his career and 31 triple-doubles in his career. He spent his whole career with Boston. And now I want to talk about how underrated his prime was. And a lot of people might be surprised by this, because you guys might not have known that he was this good. Okay, so first, in his best season, he put up 29, 9, and 7.5, while the Celtics won 44 games. His efficiency wasn't next level, but by those standards back then, they're not that bad, as he put up 43.9 field goal percentage for his career. Let me get back to his prime. Okay. So his prime was more in the 70s than in the 60s. So his stats throughout the 70s were, and you guys, I don't think you guys are going to believe this. he was putting up similar numbers to that Steph is putting up this season, and I'm not joking, but just with less points. As he's putting up 22 less points than Steph, basically the same amount of rebounds as Steph with 6.4, and nearly the same amount of assists with 5.8. Not comparing him to Steph right now. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying the stats are very close to what he's doing this season. Now, I could go on for days about how underrated this guy is, but dude, this would be a long video, man. Oh, and on the defensive end, trust me, he was more than good. He had 8 all-defensive teams for his career, including that big steal that he got, in the finals. I think everyone's heard of that. Now what I want to do is put some shine on one of the most ridiculous Michael Jordan seasons that we've ever seen from him. So in this season that I'm talking about, he put up 32.5, 8 and 8 with 3 steals and a block. Now, I have to talk about this because nobody does. Like, actually nobody does. And in this season, 1989 season to be exact, 1988-89, Michael Jordan had a streak of 7 straight triple-doubles and 10 triple-doubles in 11 games. He was only 3 assists away from having 11 straight triple-doubles. In April 1989, his stats were just a regular 32.5, 9.5, and 8 and 9 with 2.5 steals and a block. So the man was insane. Even if you look at his stats in March, you still won't believe it your eyes, as he averaged 28.5, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. So that's why my hot take for this is Michael Jordan is the most underrated passer of all time. I don't care. You can argue with me all you want. I don't care. Let me take you through some of his best passing months. What I mean by that is his most assists per game in different months. So I already told you about I'm just gonna say it again. I already told you about the 11 assists that he put up in March 1989. But here are his most assists per game in a month. So his most is, as I told you, 11. His second most is 9. 9 again. 7, 7, and 7. 7, 7, and 7. And 7, 7, and 7. Which means he put up at least 7 assists per game for a month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times. That means in 11 different months, this man put up at least 7 assists. So I don't know how people say he doesn't pass. For those who say that, hopefully they see this video and leave a like. Well, that was the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed some of my opinions / facts, hot takes video, and peace.